again, my name is Gabe Zollner. You want to try something that's really interesting, sadly realistic? Go up to 10 people that you don't know. You know, just sort of stop and say, would you mind if I asked you a couple of questions? Pick 3 or 4 current event topics. You'll be amazed at the responses that you don't get. You know? I mean, it's just mind-blowing. I've done it on numerous occasions. And I just can't believe how stupid people are. I shouldn't say that. That's probably not fair. How uncaring they are. You know, they're too concerned about their everyday lives, I guess, and they don't really care what's going on around them. Yet they tend to vote. And again, voting doesn't matter under the present system. I've made that very clear in more than one of my videos. But it's just mind-blowing how ill-informed so many American people are. Yet you ask them if they vote, and they say, yeah, they do. And then you wonder why they would vote when they have no idea what they're voting for. A lot of the American people are like our senators, you know what I mean? Our senators don't know what they're voting for. They simply vote party line. The majority of them do. Some tend to cross the party line, like Lame Brain McCain. And Jeff Flake, his voting record isn't all that great either. He seems to be coming around now, which is a good thing. But when he was a congressman, it wasn't all that great. But it just amazes me how ill-informed so many American people are. Have you ever known a time when there's been so much anxiety? You know, we've got this idiotic Obamacare hanging over everybody's head. Nobody knows what the hell's in it. Yet we do know that it has a lot of draconian effects it will have on the American people. There's never been a time that I can recall that pretty much every day, or every second day, some new horrific event takes place. And amazingly enough, so few people are aware of those events. I mean, it's truly mind-blowing. You want to go try it. Go up and just say, hey, would you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? Ask them about Benghazi. Ask them about the sequester. They don't even know what the sequester is. Ask them about immigration policy. Ask them to name 5 senators. Yeah, it's really scary. You know? You sort of wonder how these people get reelected over and over and over again, like Diane Frankenstein or Barbara Boxer, Harry Reid. I mean, I got to believe that most of it is a fix, you know? People can't be that stupid. But then again, if they're ill-informed, why not, you know? It's pretty sad. And Obama, I think he was more surprised than most that the system that he had in place actually worked and allowed him to steal another 4 years. Yeah. Look at his entire cabinet. They're all misfits. You know? I mean, this new Secretary of State, John Kerry, I mean, he's a joke. You know, he tried to rip off the government for $500 and some odd thousand on tax on his yacht. Got caught. I still don't know if he paid it, but he did get caught. That was just one incident. The guy was buddies with Hanoi Jane, for God's sakes, during the Vietnam War. Yeah. He turned against his own military. Now, he's the Secretary of State. Well, the only thing that I can say that's good about him being the Secretary of State is he's not going to make the whole term. And this guy cannot handle travel. No. And I've said that in a couple of other videos. You know, he looks like a bag of crap that's been laying out in the Arizona desert for about a week when he comes back off of a trip. He's not made for it. You know, some people can travel. You know, I used to go to the Orient, and 17-hour time change never bothered me. I had friends that would crash for a week after a trip to the Orient. I'd fly back, not have slept for 12 hours on the plane. I think it's 12 hours going, 8 hours coming. Anyway, and then go out for lunch or dinner. Yeah. Some people can handle it. I was one of those that could. Most can't, or a lot can't. But it just amazes me how a day doesn't go by before there's some new horrific, insane event. It's just endless. I guess that's what happens when you put a community organizer, one of those, into the Oval Office. And again, I don't think we put him there. I think he stole it. The Chicago machine got him in. I'm just hoping that Congress wakes up, but I don't think that they ever will. If they would have, they already would have, you know, and they haven't. I guess the only hope we have is the cold case posse, Detective Mike Zulu and Sheriff Joe. If they don't do it, then we're done. You know? And that whole thing, you know, with Trump offering him the $5 million to give to a charities of Obama's choice, he knew that Obama couldn't do it. So all that was a publicity stunt for a little bit of fame and glory. I don't know why he gets enough of it, but I guess nobody ever gets enough of it, right? Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think Obama's looking for an excuse, and I think he'll get that excuse because I think what happened in Boston is not an isolated case. There'll be more terror attacks, and then he'll have to just implement martial law. Yeah. And then Big Sis, she'll be running around with her armored personnel carriers and her tanks and whatever else she's got. And they're going to be collecting our weapons. Yeah. That'll be the end of the end. And you know when we'll know that this is about to take place? I think when you log on to your computer and the internet's down. Yeah, because see, he's going to have to shut down communications. And the internet is how most of us today communicate. So when you go to log on and you can't log on, guess what? Look out in the street if you're living in a main city, and you'll see these, you know, big gray vehicles with armor plating, you know, and on the side, Homeland Security. Yeah, sure. Whose security? Not mine. How about yours? What do you think? I told you what I think, and it's scary.